We just got the new mid-season update for Warzone and a little bit of weapon tuning. So I have for you guys the new top 5 best loadouts to be using right now on Rebirth Island after the most recent update. Before we get into that though, shout out to the Noti gang. If you guys would like a notification shout out, all you gotta do, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and watch the video to the very end, and I got you. Without further ado, man, here is my very first loadout in this top 5. Starting off, we got the new SMG that just came out, the Armaguerra 43. I'm just gonna call it the Arma. I got this thing completely maxed out, and this is the setup you wanna be using whenever you do unlock it and rank it up. So starting off, we got recoil booster. I mean, that's just kind of like a standard thing for the SMGs. Shoots quicker, you get a faster time to kill. I mean, come on, why would you not be rocking it? For the barrel, I was rocking the body 315mm. You get more damage, making this thing stronger, kill quicker, and there is less damage fall off at long range. Basically, it just maintains the power of the Arma at medium and long range engagements. By far the best barrel on this weapon. For the optic, I went with the slate reflector. I think this is like the best one when it comes to the Vanguard optics. It's just the cleanest looking one. It's a red dot. Come on, man. What else are you gonna be rocking on this thing? The iron sights? Nuh-uh. They are ugly. For the stock, I got on the Emiro TA Skeletal. You get aim walking movement speed, so basically you could strafe quicker, which makes it a lot harder for the enemies to hit their shots on you. Aim walking steadiness, basically when you're aiming and walking, your weapon's just a little more steady. We also get ADS speed, a little bit of mobility, which is great, and initial firing recoil. Basically, the first few shots are just a little bit more accurate than the rest of them, which is awesome. So you get a little bit of everything here, which is nice. For my underbarrel, I had on the M1941 hand stop to reduce the recoil and just make this thing as accurate as possible. For the magazine, I had on the .30 Russian short 35 round mag. Listen, I know that's not a lot in a magazine, but you do reload really quick. You get fire rate, bullet velocity, and damage. I think this magazine is what makes the Arma so strong. So I highly recommend using it. Don't knock it till you try it. I know it's the lowest one, but it gets the job done. For the ammunition, listen up. I need all eyes and ears right over here. You need to be rocking lengthen. Sadly, they actually nerfed hollow point quite a bit, so this limb damage you get doesn't extend that long anymore. So I highly recommend staying away from hollow point. It is not what you want on your SMGs anymore. So I recommend lengthen. I think that's like the best option over hollow point. Incendiary was nerfed as well, so just go with lengthen. Extra bullet velocity can never hurt. For my rear grip, I had granular. You get aiming, stability, aim walking, steadiness, and ADS. So again, making the weapon more steady, and we get a little bit of mobility with the aim walking movement speed. For the perks, perk 1, we have Vital, increased torso damage. I mean, you guys could see we are absolutely just making this thing a hard-hitting SMG. So if you want this thing to kill quick, rock Vital. And then perk 2, I had on-hand for equipment dexterity. So there is the new SMG, the Armaguerra 43, alongside with its best setup. I have some gameplay coming out in the future, so again, make sure you guys subscribe. Moving on to the second weapon, we got the MP40. I actually update my setup on this thing. So I did make a video on it like last week. Eyes and ears, let's get it, baby. So starting off, we got recoil booster, pretty standard again. Weapon shoots quicker, you can kill faster. It's great. For the barrel, you want to rock the VDD 189mm short. This is the new meta for the MP40. You get some damage range, so it takes less bullets to kill at long ranges, and we get an increase in limb damage, making this thing just stronger. So no more Krosnick 317, VDD short, that's the wave. For the optic, you could do the slate reflector. I was actually rocking slate reflector. I don't mind the iron sights, but slate reflector, in my opinion, just makes it a lot better. For my stock, I had the Krosnick 33M folding, just an increase in mobility, feeling a little bit lighter on my feet. For the underbarrel, I actually took off carbon foregrip and went with the M1941 hand stop. Better recoil control makes this thing a beamer. Magazine, same old, 7.62 Grenkel 45 round mag. We get some recoil control. Another increase in fire rate, again, leading to a faster TTK, and an increase in our mobility with the movement speed, aim down, sight speed as well. So overall, you just get a little bit of everything, which is awesome. It's the best option for the magazine on the MP40. Ammunition, again, you're gonna wanna rock lengthen. Nothing different here. Hollow point was nerfed. I'm so sad about this, man, because it was a little OD, I'm not gonna lie. It was just so fun to use. So make sure you have lengthen on. It's the best option now for literally any Vanguard weapon. For my rear grip, I actually had on polymer, flinch resistance, accuracy, and recoil during sustained fire. So the weapon's just a lot more steady and accurate while you're in a gunfight. And then for the perks, baby, we got brace, initial firing recoil, first few bullets just really accurate. Perk 2, I had on quick sprint speed. Again, just I love to feel nice and light on my feet. And there is my updated MP40 setup. Again, short barrel, lengthened. Those are like the only two things I really changed. And throw on an optic if you would like. Moving on to my third loadout, we got in what in my opinion is like the best long range weapon, the EM2. I have another option. We'll get into that a little bit. But if you guys can control recoil and you know it's not that much of a problem, you need to rock this thing. So we got the agency suppressor. Sound suppression, you're off the radar. We get some vertical recoil control. Like I said, it is a little messy, but you know, this helps it out a little bit. Bullet velocity and effective damage range. It just maintains the power of the EM2 at longer range gunfights. For the barrel, we got the task force. Again, horizontal recoil control. Again, a little bit more recoil control, which is great. That's what we need. Not only do we get horizontal recoil control, a little bit of vertical as well, so it's making it a little bit more accurate. Bullet velocity, damage range. Again, just making this thing an absolute unit and any ranges. For the optic, you already know the deal, man. Axle arm 3 times, it's the best one. For the underbarrel, we got field agent grip. This is what makes it as accurate as you could possibly get it to, man. You get horizontal and vertical recoil control once again. And then for the magazine, you only need to rock the 40. It's so strong where this 50 is mad OD and the weapon just feels really, really slow. So that's what you're gonna want to be rocking on the EM2. This thing, man, oh my goodness. In my opinion, if you can control recoil, the best AR in the game, hands down. Moving on to our fourth loadout, we got the XM4. So for those of you who are like, it's a little messy, too much recoil to it, this is what you want to rock, man, the XM4. This thing, it's awesome on mobility. It doesn't feel super slow. It's incredibly accurate, low recoil, and it's just a powerhouse. It's incredibly strong. They actually nerfed it a little bit, and it's still really, really good. I'm always going to have this in my top 5 because I think this is the easiest assault rifle to use in Warzone. So starting off, it's the same deal, man. We got agency suppressor, sound suppression, a little bit of recoil control, bullet velocity, damage range, just so this thing doesn't hit marker machine at long ranges. For the barrel, you're gonna wanna rock task force. Anything else is gonna make this thing just shoot marshmallows, to say the least. Of course, you gotta have the axle arms 3 times on it. Best optic in the game for the ARs on Cold War. We got the field agent grip to make this thing as steady and accurate as possible. And then we have the 45 round magazine. You can rock the 60. I don't mind rocking it, but the ADS is a little chalky walky. So just be careful with that. I highly recommend the 45. I think that's more than enough, especially on the XM4 because it's easy to control. There you have it. We kind of flew past the ARs. Trust me, man, these 2 AR options are the only ones you really need to rock. Give them a go, man. Don't knock them until you try it. And for my 5th and final loadout, after the Rebirth Island map update, we got the Car 98, man. If you ain't sniping on Rebirth, you're doing it wrong. You get hit markers in the sky when you shoot with anything else. So if you don't have a Car 98 on, all hit markers. You hit a little Domsky headshot on someone, they're dropping to the death. So this is my car setup I use all the goddamn time, man. It is super, super good. First, we got monolithic suppressor. We get damage range, so it basically just deals a little bit more damage, but we're hitting headshots out here, kind of irrelevant. And I got the sound suppression, so enemies don't know where I'm shooting from. For the barrel, I go with the longest one, just so I don't have to lead my shot too much. It just makes sniping a little bit easier for me. If you want a quick scope, you want to be a maniac, rock one of these 2 barrels. I recommend the 25.1. Probably the best option, but I like the longest one. That's just me. We got tac laser, so we have some ADS speed and quick scope, just a tad bit with this one. Of course, I mean, you need to have the sniper scope on, and I gotta add, man, y'all need to have the reticle on. I don't know how people don't use it, but I use cross thread. This has made sniping so easy for me, man. This cross thread just changes the game. That damn triangle on the default, I ain't gonna care. That shit pisses me off. I ain't rocking that one. And then for my last and final attachment, there's just so many ways to go. It's honestly up to you. I personally like to rock sleight of hand. I can't stand sitting there reloading forever. You just one after the other, and it takes too long. So I got to rock sleight of hand. But if you want to go for more precise or you know, quick scoping, I understand. You can rock stippled. You get ADS speed, sprint to fire speed, so you're a little bit quicker. Or you can rock literally any of the stocks. You get aiming stability with the first one. You get ADS speed with the sport comb. Again, I'm just a sleight of hand type of guy in the car. Now that's gonna wrap up my top 5 loadouts after the Rebirth Island update. Now here are my perks I use all the time without fail. Starting off, I got double time. I just love having the craziest mobility I possibly can, just so I can get to the action. One gunfight into the next. Obviously, I have overkill on, so I can rock an SMG and a sniper, or an AR and an SMG. It's nice to have 2 just primary weapons in my hand, and then I always have amped on. None of that combat scout, you don't need it. Just rock amped. I love to just YY, keep my hands warm, It's great. So those are my perks I use all the time. Obviously, I have throwing knives so I can finish the enemies when they're down. These come in handy so you're not wasting ammo on down players. You can just throw a throwing knife, get into the next gunfight. And then I have stims, man. I mean, y'all have seen the stim plays and the game plays. I mean, that's just what I'm on, man. I think these are awesome. They're super situational, and they apply to any gunfight you get yourselves into, man. You could always use them to get out of a situation, get into a situation, or make a play in the gas. It's super, super good. Anyways, yeah, that's gonna wrap it up. Go try these setups, play a few games with them, come back, let me know. Were you guys did with some dubs, high kill games? I'm gonna read through the comments, dropping likes, hearting them, and showing you guys some love. Again, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments some weapons I may have missed out on in this top 5, and I'll get to it, add it to my next one. We'll probably do one of these a week, and I'll just feature your guys' class ups as well. You guys all stay safe. Have a great day. I'll catch you in tomorrow's video, man. Peace.